Hi, Daniel here with the Reliance School, and I'm really excited to announce our 2026 update to our collection of climate risk maps. Now, before I get into what's new, if you haven't yet gotten access, it is completely free. You can find it at reliance.school/maps or by clicking the link in the description below. So this is a great resource if you are concerned about climate change and you're wondering which parts of America are most and least affected. And especially if you're looking to move due to climate change and you're looking for a safer place to call home, this is a really great tool for that. So what we've done essentially is gathered up all the climate data we can get our hands on and turned it into interactive maps so you can see at a glance which parts of America are most and least vulnerable. Now, I'm not going to list each individual factor here, but as you can see, we have maps for climate and temperature, natural disasters, health risks, social and demographic factors, as well as infrastructure and economic risk. You can zoom in on your maps to view different regions, and when you hover your cursor over the map, a tooltip will come up showing the value for each county. So for example, here in this map of rainfall, we have precipitation in inches. And here in this map of housing prices, it's showing the value in dollars. I always like to mention that you'll get the most out of these maps if you're viewing them on a desktop, laptop, or tablet. You can view them on a phone, but they'll be pretty small and hard to navigate, so I'd recommend switching over to a bigger device if you have one. So for 2026, we've added several new risk factors to the collection, including maps for heat waves, wet bulb, coastal floods, strong winds, hail, and ice storms. We've added maps for home insurance premiums and insurance non-renewals. And we've added 4 maps from the Climate Vulnerability Index with different measures of community resilience. At the time of filming, our collection is up to 86 maps, and we're constantly working to grow and expand this resource, so by the time you're watching this, that count might actually be even higher. We've also gone through our collection and updated dozens of maps with more recent data, specifically those which use information from the National Risk Index. So in addition to updating all those maps with the most recent information, we've also added maps for annualized frequency. What is that? So if you go to the National Risk Index and use their Data Explorer, what you're going to be looking at is a risk score, which actually shows the projected annual losses in dollars. But if you're trying to assess risk, and especially if you're looking for a safer place to call home, you're probably less concerned about the monetary impact and more concerned about the actual chances of a disaster occurring in a given area. And that's what annualized frequency is showing. So for every map that uses data from the National Risk Index, we're showing both the risk score and the annualized frequency, so you have a more complete picture of risk. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, these maps are completely free. All you have to do is go to reliance.school/maps or click the link in the description below, put in your name and email or a fake name and a temporary email, and we'll send you a link to your collection. Now with over 80 maps in the collection, this is a lot of information to sift through. And so after we send you a link to your maps, we're going to follow up with a couple articles to help you understand and make the most out of all this data. But if you don't want that, just click the unsubscribe button. You're not going to hurt anyone's feelings, and that'll be the last email we'll send you. We've put a lot of time and effort into creating this resource, and I'm really proud of it. I think it's one of the best collections of climate risk information that's out there right now. If you have any questions on this, drop a comment below, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.